You know, it's always interesting to take a look back at your own story.
I was playing guitar at an art show one day, and Shanna was shooting pictures.
Because it does lead to the stories and songs that we feel compelled to create. I was intrigued by his music, and of course we became friends right away. When I met Jeff, he was doing instrumental music. He does really powerful instrumental music that's been successful. But Jeff had never done lyrics. I'd written my first children's story, and then one day he called and he's like, hey, do you want to do some more children's content? And I was like, yeah. It gave me an outlet, and so I just started writing, and then Jeff started putting things to music, and we just became really good partners at creating. Even going back to our very first song, I wrote what I thought was a poem. And it was basically my important love stories encapsulated in these stories of these different colored moons. And he's like, oh, yeah, let me take a look at it. You know, literally the next day, sent me music, and I was like, oh. It summed up my life up to that point in a nutshell, and then Jeff just brought life to it.
We're lucky enough to get Nicole Vince to perform it.
Always follow the mood of the moon, young and naive.
Jeff and I had this shared journey of grief, of losing our life partners. There was a day where Jeff went out, and I was really dealing with a lot of heavy grief, and I came in the studio and I was like, I'm just gonna sit at the piano because I needed something to come out of me. And I just started with that riff on Next to Me. And Next to Me was me processing what happened in my particular story and kind of the things I wish I had said if I'd have known what was going on.
When darkness comes and you can't find your way,
We were able to get Next to Me translated into 4 different languages, including Hindi and Mandarin.
And we hired an amazing musician, Prashak. Prashak is a world-renowned sarodist.
You listen to what we recorded, just jam on your
just improv.
sarod, just improv.
Another thing we had in common, like when we met and I started talking about autism, he's like, wait, I have a nephew on the spectrum. My music is affecting these kids on the spectrum. I hired Pat first. He was doing some editing for me, and I got him through AFA, the school that trains them in technical skills. So it'll take these young people who graduated high school and it'll teach them skills in editing, skills in illustration, animation, all the things. We got a private grant from a doctor who stood behind our work and just was like, hey, I'll fund this. I was the first person to ever pay Pat. I remember the look on his face and on his mother's face. It sparked something inside of me. These young people are capable, and we've gotten to a point now where we have a body of work to show. We have a team that's wonderful. Now the plan is to look for distribution help, just spreading the word about the work that we're doing. We've grown a family of creatives who are passionate storytellers, and we hope that as you hear our stories, you'll find your own.